Hello, everyone. My name is Danny, and this is my movie review for Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. This is a 2017 movie running 115 minutes, totally rated R. And it runs, 115 minutes, and the story is award winning actress Frances McDormand delivers a stunningly powerful performance in this darkly comic drama that has been hailed as one of the year's best films. A murdered girl's defiant mother boldly paints three local billboards, each with a controversial message, igniting a furious battle with a volatile cop and the town's revered chief of police. Um, the two cops are Sam Rockwell and Woody Harrelson. Okay, where do we start? Looking back at this movie review, years to come, I want people to know that this movie won awards. People seriously think this was one of the year's best films. That's a bunch of crap. This movie was god awful. This movie was vulgar beyond necessary. The story was poorly done, and people giving awards to it probably felt bad for it because half the movie is okay and the second half is terrible. But I'm sorry, people. I'm not on board with liking this movie. I sat here for the last 5 months watching the award shows and watching this win all kinds of awards, and I am not on board with it. I gave it a good chance. I said, okay, Danny, you're watching an award winner. Watch it. Don't write down hardly anything, and then gather your thoughts about you. And I was just sitting there like, this won awards. This. My first note is that the first hour draws you in. It does. You can tell how good it is. And once they start releasing stuff they obviously didn't want to let loose in the previews or the award winning trailer parts, that stuff was good. It was attention grabbing. And once we started finding out stuff, it was interesting. And the things that the characters do to each other, what we find out about the daughter, it's all intriguing, okay? Then, when we hit that wall, it just goes downhill from there. It really does. The other thing that I kind of appreciated was the understanding between Francis and Woody Harrelson's characters. Everybody says on the back of the sleeve that the chief is revered. They play that up a little bit. I don't know if revered is the right word, but he was respected and everybody was sad about his situation. And I don't know. But it's good that they was older and he came to an understanding. Like when one of his deputies is kind of stupid, he kind of just sends him out of the room and says sorry about him. I mean, and she's in jail, for doing something. I mean, they had an understanding of each other. So I did appreciate that. The first half of the movie, really, if it stopped after an hour, I'd be talking about this movie a lot differently. Okay, let's make that clear. When it got halfway through, I just could not imagine. I actually said out loud to myself, I said, how is there another hour to this movie? There's a landmark moment halfway through that says this movie needs to end. And it drags on for another hour. I just cannot understand why they made the second hour the way they did. It was intriguing enough, but mostly it was stupid, and mostly it seemed like they were letting it go. Like they worked really hard on the first half, and the second half they were just like, oh, just write down whatever, have it be a sappy ending, have the bad guy become a good guy. Who cares? I mean, just like there was no thought to it at all. So I just can't understand it. The ending is that this guy, Dixon, Sam Rockwell, is a good actor, okay, everybody? We all know that. I think we can come to an understanding about that. I'm not going to name all his movies he's done, but he's done some good stuff. In here, he's supposed to play a racist, kind of mentally handicapped, maybe, sort of dumb person, a mama's boy, an alcoholic, and then that, halfway through the movie, turns into the savior of the day, supposedly. And then it ends up that he's not, and he's just some stupid guy who, is a racist and an alcoholic and all this other stuff. It's like, what are you doing? I mean, who puts the thought into having such a stupid storyline and such a stupid character? If you're going to have him be the savior of the day, have him be the savior of the day. Like every other movie in America that actually wins awards and deserves it. This has the worst ending ever for a movie that is halfway decent. It's like it's such a cop-out. You write such a good script and you have some good characters that balance off of each other, and then halfway through you just kind of give up and you write down whatever you want, and then the ending, you have somebody driving off in the distance and you have no conclusion. So you're basically just screwing with the American public who wants to watch your movie because it wins all these awards, and then we watch it and we go, what the heck? There's no conclusion. The biggest thing that bugged me about this freaking movie is that Sam Rockwell's character does not end up in prison. This guy gets turned out to be some kind of hero, and the chief writes him a letter saying, I know you want to be detective someday, and I'm sure you will be, and, we get painted out that he's almost the hero. The guy should be in prison for what he does in this movie. Nothing makes sense. Why does this not make sense? Because it's a small town in, I don't know what the timeline is of this movie. In the 90s, 80s, when, racism was a big black thing, and down south, well, it always is, but it's like, come on, have something in your movie make sense. You have cancer as an issue, you have racism as a real issue, and you have authority and all this other stuff. It's all really actually kind of good. It draws you in, and then it leaves you at the end. That's my biggest review of this movie, is that it ties you in, it gives up halfway through, it doesn't make any actual common world sense because it's a movie and it doesn't have to, and then the ending is just horrible. I'm going to give a D to 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. I do not want to see this ever again. I gave it one watch. That's enough. Thanks everybody for watching. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other movie reviews where I actually watch nice movies, like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll keep the movies coming. Enjoy your movies, guys. Thanks a lot.